Sidhant, give us a sense of the major takeaways of this summit, which has just concluded, we believe.
Well, Rukma, the summit have come to a successful end. Both the summits are now officially over. The SCO summit and the Brics summit. Let me just begin with the Brics summit. The outcome of the Brics summit, the emphasis in the UFA declaration, which was given by the end of the day, the Brics summit, was the fact that it called for reforms in UNSC, reforms in Bretton Woods institutions like the World Bank and IMF. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi also said that there shouldn't be unilateral sanctions by any country, and it should be given approval by the United Nations, and it should be approved by United Nations. And if any country puts unilateral sanctions, it of course affects the global economy. And Greece, in a sense, was not particularly mentioned, but generally the fragile economic recovery across the world was talked about during the Brics summits. Today, of course, the big summit happened, the SCO summit happened. For the first time, a Prime Minister of India took part, in a sense, in the plenary head of the state meeting. And of course, he talked about various issues. He said that Central Asia is connected with India for a long time, and he wants to revive that relationship between Central Asia and India. He talked about his ongoing visit to the 5 Central Asian countries. He has already visited Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. Next stop will be other 3 countries, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. And he also welcomed Pakistan because Pakistan is now the other member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Now, addition of Pakistan and India into Shanghai Cooperation Organization not only changes the political map of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, but also adds weight, geostrategic weight, to this organization, which is also known as the NATO of the East.
Right, analysts are saying, in fact, following up on what you just mentioned, that SCO membership will give India greater leverage as far as Central Asia is concerned. How are leaders of other countries, how do they look at India's joining the SCO?
Well, Rukma, SCO membership for India is an important milestone when it comes to India's foreign policy now, because remember, the entire Shanghai Cooperation Organization has 4 Central Asian countries. Turkmenistan is the only Central Asian country which is not part of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Now, this entire region, Central Asia, is full of natural resources. Kazakhstan is one of the largest producer of uranium. All other countries have natural gas in a huge proportion. India, meanwhile, is a growing economy. It has a consumer market. Both the countries, in a sense, India and the Central Asian countries and SCO countries, can benefit from each other, because mineral resources from all these countries can help India grow better. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during his plenary session at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, said that he would like to see a connection from North Europe. Remember, Russia is one of the largest countries in the world with part in Europe. So he wants to connect North Europe down to South Asia, not only physically but also digitally. So an important statement coming there during the meeting. So that in a sense sums up how India can benefit from joining the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
Right, Sidhant, Sibal. Well, of course, what's making headlines back here is the meeting on the sidelines of the 2 summits, the meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. Any inputs on that from you?
Rukma, the big headlines coming from the summits which happened here in UFA were, of course, the summits, but also the bilateral, the big bilateral between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. Key takeaways, you already know the meetings which are going to happen between DGMOs and NSAs, and the biggest victory which came out from the entire bilateral was for India in terms of terrorism, because both the countries together said that they condemned terrorism in all its forms, and also said that they want to remove terrorism from the entire South Asian region, which is an important statement coming from Pakistan. And India has been pressing hard the country, our neighbor, on taking strong action against terrorism. So a big victory here in UFA, and for India, and of course a big headline there in the subcontinent when it comes to the bilateral. And remember, both the leaders are meeting after a long time, so that in a sense makes the news also.
Right, Sidhant, thank you so much for joining us there. That was our correspondent Sidhant Sibal joining us.